Okay, in this video, I'm going to talk about the new and delete keywords in C++. So usually when you need to dynamically allocate memory, you'll use the new and delete. So you have to be careful with your memory management. And we'll go into a simple example. So let's say we have include IOStream, and then we have our main function. Okay, so that's our main function. And like last time, we had a simple class called animal. We're just going to have a lightweight version of this. Have private, and inside we'll have our constructor. So animal, std, string, name. We'll just have a name. Okay. And then we're going to put our private, call it m name. And because we're using strings, we need to include string. Okay, so that's our name, and then we want a destructor. So animal, std, cout, animal, destroyed. And then we'll also have another function here called getName. Okay, so this is our simple animal class. And then let's see, we need a semicolon here after the class. So inside our main function, what we're going to do is create a pointer pointing to our animal. So the way you would do that is animal star, and then animal ptr is the name of our pointer. And then here we have the new keyword, which will dynamically allocate memory. And then we'll pass in the name, give it emoji. Okay, so this is dynamically creating a memory space for our animal, and then we'll have a pointer to it. So one new thing that we will introduce is when you're using a pointer and you want to call a function that's from the pointer, we could do std string name. And the ugly way is if you have a parentheses star and you say like animal pointer, you could do dot get name. So this is the ugly way, but you can also do a cleaner way, which will just be right here, animal ptr, and then dash greater than. So it's the arrow symbol. So these two lines will essentially do the same thing. Okay, so if I save this and go to debug, we will see the output and verify the name. I need to put a breakpoint first. Let's put a breakpoint at return 0. So start debugging. Okay, so once I run that, you can see the name. If I drag this, you see that the name is Moji. Okay, so everything is working. So that's the new thing that we learned here is the arrow key. And then now about the destructor. Notice that the destructor wasn't called. Let's just run our code again. Okay, so notice that the destructor isn't called. So when we do new, we have to be careful with memory and we have to call the delete. So we do delete animal ptr and then run this. You see that says animal destroyed. So that will free up the memory. So that's the main difference with using new and delete is you have to be careful with your memory management. And then you can also create a new array of animals. So in that case, you could say animal star and then say animal array, for instance, and we'll use the new keyword and then pass in animal. We're going to have 3 animals, and then we're going to pass in animal, the name, we're going to have Momo, and then our other animal, we're going to have animal, and then pass in, let's see, we'll pass in a different animal, so let's say Angie. If I could spell animal correctly, animal, and then our next animal will be Moji. Okay, so those are the 3 animals. Let's scroll this over a little bit. Okay, so that's how you create it. And notice if I run this, uh, animal destroyed was only destroyed once from previously. But now if we want to delete the whole array, we would call delete and then open bracket, close bracket, and then animal array. So if I run this, if you see that the animals are destroyed. Okay, so that's how you would do the delete function when there's multiple new sets being created. Okay, so now let's take a look at a more practical example of when the delete function might be inside a destructor where you might destroy that. So let's take a look at if we made a class called zoo. So we have a zoo class and we have a public function, so zoo, and then we have a destructor, zoo. So inside our destructor, we want to destroy any new things that have been dynamically created. So here we have a for int I equals 0. Let's make our private first, where we're actually storing the animal. So let's say we have a std vector. So to use vector, we need to include vector here. So here we have a vector of animals. So we're going to say animals, animal star, and then we're going to call this m animals. So a vector of animals in case we want to, in this case, dynamically allocate memory for animals. We have I less than m animals, and then I plus plus. So for every animal, we're going to delete m animals. Okay. So that's how you would delete it. And let's see. We have int I, okay. And we need a semicolon here. That's why I wasn't happy. Okay, so it doesn't like this because I'm missing a dot size here. Just gonna add that in there. So, okay, now it's happy. So that's our zoo class. So let's say we created a zoo here, call it the woods, and we have the woods dot add. I don't think we have an add animal function yet, so let's go ahead and create an add animal, and then pass in the name. And inside, we're just gonna have m animals dot push back, and then new animal, and pass in the name. Okay, so here we will add new animals. If we go down, you can say add animals, and then we have Momo, and then repeat this for different animals. So we have Angie, and we have Moji. Okay, so I'm just gonna comment this stuff out. And if I run this, you see that the animals gets destroyed, okay? And if we didn't have this destructor here, I'm gonna clear this and run it. You notice that the destructor isn't actually deleting anything. So that's why you need to do the delete, because when you use new and delete, you have to be more cautious about how you manage your memory, okay? So hopefully you found this video helpful. Give a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.